Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, and got five records to show. One of them's not an album. A couple of them will probably be not to people's liking because of the fact you can tag the word core on the end of it. Not grindcore, unfortunately. But as I go through them, I'll sort of explain why I bought them and why I enjoy them. So we're going to start off first with a band I've never shown before, but yeah, they hold a bit of a special place in my heart because they were the first live band I saw after lockdown, and they weren't the main band, they were just a support band. It was the first time I'd heard them. Absolutely blew me away. So sort of maybe nostalgia type thing comes in as well. They're not an old band by any means, but after I watched them I bought most of the stuff and really enjoyed it. So, stop waffling and get on with it. The band in question are Employed to Serve, and this is their fifth full length called Fallen Star. This is from this year. They're classed as, originally they were classed as mathcore, which obviously puts a lot of people off. Then metalcore, which again puts people off. I just think of it as very modern sounding, ultra precise death metal sort of type thing, core effort, you know, everything that you're not supposed to like if you're my age, because you're tall, it should be for all the youngsters. As I said, these were the first band I saw live after lockdown, so it was a pleasant surprise how good they were. Now this album is slightly more melodic than their earlier stuff. Obviously if you're not a fan of the genre, this probably won't change your mind. I mean, I'm sure it won't. But it's got that, there is some really savage heavy parts, but there's also a couple of slightly more, maybe not melodic's probably not the word, but it's not a very, not one of my favourite coloured vinyls ever, but yeah, if you're in the mood for listening to something a little bit different from the normal, you know, our normal HM2 buzzsaw sounding majesty that we all love, this, I really do enjoy this band. Like I said, it might be nostalgia, it might just be midlife crisis, I don't know, something like that, but yeah. So it's Employed to Serve and their fifth full length from 2025 out on Spine Farm Records called Fallen Star. Now the next one is a band I heard that Sven, the vocalist from Aborted, was involved with this project, and it got me intrigued. When I saw the actual album cover, yeah, I'm gonna have to get it. The band in question are called Coffin Feeder. The album is called Big Trouble, and as you can tell from the artwork, this is a lot based on 80s and 90s sort of classic action movies. The sound bites from Cobra, from Commando, from Big Trouble in Little China, and the cover is quite sort of whimsical and comical. The music is far from it. Now this is, it's classed as deathcore from Belgium, so again, stick the words core on the end of the word death and it instantly puts people off. This is absolutely blistering. It's full of breakdowns, it's full of ridiculous riffs, the drumming is just relentless. The sound bites, like a lot of movie sound bites when they're attached to certain styles of music, certainly enhance the listening experience, shall we say. Inside it we get the lyric sheet there. We also get a coaster of the cover art. We also get a postcard of the cover art, and just in case you haven't had enough of the cover art, you get a poster of the cover art. Now, if you're of a weak disposition when it comes to coloured vinyl, Rogger, you probably won't like this one. It is fucking horrendous. However, it sounds really good. Yeah, it is a really good. It's a fun listen. You know, if you're not a fan of deathcore, this isn't going to change your mind. Similar to the Employed to Serve one, that's not going to change your mind about that genre of music either. But if you're you just want something daft and chaotic, that's sort of like John Matrix coming over and punching you in the face, and then standing over you giggling, smoking your cigar, you wouldn't go far wrong with this. So that's Coffin Feeder, out on Listenable Records and their album Big Trouble from 2025. Now then, this next one is an EP, and this next one is extremely difficult to put into words. I just haven't got the vocabulary for it. This is a collaboration between the mighty Coffin Feeder and the legend that is Mick Harris. This is a 2-track EP called In Dub. How on earth do you describe this? If you're a fan of Coffin Mulch and you're expecting that buzzsaw sound, if you're expecting Al with his savage vocal deliveries, if you're expecting the ferocity that you associate with them, then you might need to look elsewhere. If you're a fan of electronic noise, then this will be right up your street. Now, full confession, I hadn't listened to anything that Mick Harris had done since he'd moved into the noise, electronic, synthesized world, whatever you want to call it. So I went into this with an open mind, not really sure what to expect, but sort of hoping, because of the fact it's Coffin Mulch, that I would enjoy it a lot. This is on black wax, obviously. Yeah, it's very difficult to put into words. This is extremely heavy, but not in the traditional sense of guitars and drums and such. Like the electronic synthesized noise, I was going to say brings the heaviness, adds to the heaviness. That's unquestionable. The musicianship, if that can be described as musicianship, because I know a lot of people say electronic noise isn't really a musician, but it still takes an absolute impeccable amount of skill to release something like this. It's exemplary. Now, I'm pretty sure this will divide opinions massively. It's going to be either, like myself, you're going to absolutely love it, or you'll absolutely hate it, because it's that different. For me, this release sort of summarises how important Coffin Mulch are in the current metal / music scene, because it takes some balls to release something so different, and it proves again that Al's not doing this to get likes, to get praise or anything like that. He's releasing music he wants to release himself, and that takes guts in obviously quite a cutthroat industry, I suppose is the easiest thing to describe it. But yeah, it's very much something that needs listening to and digesting properly. You can't go into it, listen to it for 30 seconds and no, I don't like that, it's fucking shite, no, that electronic bollocks. No, if you do that, you're doing yourself a misservice, because this is really big boy music, and it's one of those wow. Now, I don't know if this would make me delve deeper into the stuff that Mick Harris has done of a similar thing, you know, I'm certainly not going to rush out and start buying stuff, but if something pops up, you know, on a playlist or whatever, I'll certainly give it a cursory listen. So that is Coffin Mulch and Mick Harris with their 2-track EP called In Dub. Now we've got the ones I think most of you won't like out of the way. We'll go to something that's a little bit more what you'd expect. This is the mighty Frenolith. This is their 3rd full length called Ashen Womb. This is out on Misako no Ho, and this came out 2025. This is horrible, putrefying, heavy as bollocks death metal from Denmark. This is brutal, and this has all the hallmarks of modern death metal. It has the fantastic riffs, it has the growled, angry, quite disturbing vocals, it has the blistering drums, but also on a couple of occasions when it slows down to not doom type of levels, but just as the pace backs off a little bit, the heaviness increases. It's absolutely savage release. This will undoubtedly finish on the end of year list. Not quite sure where yet, because obviously there's still a long time to go. But yeah, the production, nice black vinyl for a Jane. The production is really like you can hear every individual element of the band, which just what's the word, encompasses the whole listening experience even better, if that makes sense. It sounds fucking shit hot in normal layman's terms. So yeah, absolutely fantastic release. So this is Frenolith and their 3rd full length Ashen Womb. Now the last one I want to show is an album that's been out for a long time. I've had the CD version for a few number of years. It's not even fucking English. For a number of years. I've had a few of the CDs for a number of years. And I wasn't actually going to buy this reissue, but a recent trip to my favourite record shop in Newcastle, I had a couple of the loyalty cards. Anyway, I ended up getting the vinyl version for less than you'd probably pay for the CD version in certain high street retail music shops. The album in question is Dharma, and this is by the mighty Macab. The album originally came out in 2000. This is on what was it on? Decomposed Records. This is the remaster from this year, out on Nuclear Ballast. I don't know what you can say about, I mean, the picture of the boys sort of explains the music in here. This is just absolutely fantastic. It's incredible. It's got thrashy bits, it's got death, it's got grindcore, it's got jazz infused segments. There's the gents again, looking as metal as nothing, and the world's smallest lyrics on that side. Yeah, it's just, the thing is as well, because it's based on a certain Mr. Dharma, again, avert your eyes if you're not a fan of, I hate clear vinyl, only more when you've got splatter in it, but for the price and the fact I own it on CD, I was never going to leave it there. Yeah, it's just, everything about this is just, it's just, I mean, I don't think they've made a bad album really, but yeah, it's frantic, it's frenetic, it's quite disturbing when you think of the fact it's based on truth. It's quite silly at times. It's just a class release. it's difficult to wax lyrically about Macab and not say stuff that's been said by thousands and thousands of people that are far better at this than I am. It's just, it's got riffs for days, obviously. Some of the solos are as trippy as hell. Some of the vocal performances are absolutely just batshit crazy. And then you get a groove that's like almost like a jingle off a radio advertisement or something like that. It's just an absolute cracking release. And like I said, because it was reduced as a loyal customer, yeah, I had to grab it. So that's it for this one. It's just a bit of got a busy week coming up, and personal life keeps trying to get in the way of this YouTube malarkey. I've actually just got a load of slightly different genre of artists come in. Johnny Mac is to blame, so he'll probably know what it means. What I mean, anyway. So I might just do like a bit of an artist spotlight. Maybe another black metal one, just for a change. A few more new subscribers, so we're gradually creeping towards the magic 600, which still it just blows me away. Any of these you know about, or any arguments as to why sticking core on the end of a word turns it into a shit release, in your opinion, then please let me know. I want to give a shout out to Trevor over at Left Hand Riffs, because he did a recent video extolling the virtues of the internet and how certain fan bases are quite vocal towards, if you don't like this band, you're a fucking idiot and I hope your legs fall off type thing. The thing about music is we all have our own separate tastes, we all enjoy what we enjoy. Rather than me coming on here and saying I can't stand that new Machine Head album, I do actually. It was bought for me for my birthday and I think it's absolute wank. But I'd never say that because I don't do things like that. I'd rather just not mention them. It's one of them things. So anyway, I'm waffling shite. If you stuck out this long, pop down in the comments, maybe give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. So we'll push on towards the 600 subs and hopefully get some type of worthwhile competition prize when we get there. Enjoy whatever it is that you're listening to, whatever genre it is that you're listening to, and till we're back with another riveting episode. Cheers!